Hey, what's up guys, Aliencarpet here, and I'm back on the Zedwork server, as you might be able to tell from the big tower over there. And I realised I haven't really done any tours in a while. It's slowed down a little. I've been busy with university and stuff like that, but I've actually still managed to build quite a large. I've built a new house in my region. As you can tell, we are in my region now. That's the region post. That's the walls, the wooden walls, which you might have seen. That's the finished tower. Over there is my modern house and my cactus farm. And way off in the distance, it's now rendering in, is in fact a skyscraper. And just behind me is my new house with a very special basement and sub basement, I guess. And although I'm not going to do a proper tour yet because it's not actually quite finished, in parts there will be a more broad one at another time. This is just kind of like a, yeah, I'm actually still working on this kind of stuff, and I wanted to show people on YouTube who haven't been on the server recently or haven't ever been on the server just to see what kind of thing I've been up to. So this is my my new entranceway. So like big walls, very expensive, very custom. It was actually built way before the house. That's why it has such a different appearance. I can lock people out if I so choose. Like so, I would lock Lala out, and I have no doubt she'll arrive in a few minutes. She normally does. So this is the front of my house. You can tell this is only a short video because I've left the chown. These blue wool are spaced out equally and represent where the lighting for this path will eventually be. Somewhere over here, I'm going to build maybe a little fishing bit, probably a stable, and I'm going to buy a horse and have to walk a very, very long way. Got very large house. The ball of fire on the top is just because you can see quite a long way. The tower up there is pretty nice. You can only get up there if you have my trust, which means very few players can. You then walk in. That leads down to both the basement and the sub basement. So the floor underneath us on a 70 by 7 in the area is too high, just jet black. There's zombies and there's monsters, and if you drop in there unexpectedly, you will die. I have more than once. The random tree layout is just because I short on wood. So let's delve inside. I've got a nice simple floor. All this area is eventually gonna be filled with just random stuff that I pick up from the server because it's the kind of server it is. And anywhere you see dirt like this is a placeholder currently for bookshelves because I don't actually have very much leather, and I still need about, I'd say, a good 100 blocks. So this is my big library. It's actually mainly just for show. There will be, I don't know why I haven't put them in there yet, but there will be a, let's just plop down a ore stone in each of those. There will be an enchantment table in each of those, each able to level up to 30. And then there's walkways across here, make it look a bit more serious. This is my forge. Again, the only functional bit of this is the anvil and the chests in the background, obviously. Cobwebs, I quite like the design of these, if I may say so myself. I'm quite fond of it. You then move on along. This is I got really annoyed in my old house. You might remember there's definitely a tour of it somewhere. I have a pit in front of the nether hole because I don't like when pigmen can wander in and just sort of wander into your house. So I have doors here to stop that, and if they do happen to break through, I can kill them all. It's just one shot. I can just flick that on and off and pick up all the arrows again. They're all filled with 64 arrows already, not hard to come by. Moving on to the next bit, it's the potions area. Once again, that funnels down from the ceiling. I have to put a metal bar across there. I might do that in this video if I remember. And it's just a nice little scenic area, a lot of water-based, the potions, and then a lot of chests. I've gone for big storage in this compared to the old house. I was really starting to run out of room. The chests are quite an important thing, actually. My old house is pretty full. And then obviously the fireplace, again, goes into the ceiling, and I've got several kitty cats. The water was going to be the only way up, but frankly I got bored of it. It got too frustrating. It's already like that to the other way. So this is the main storage room. As you can see, I've really gone for a big layout. Half or so of the chests aren't actually in use yet, but that's just because I haven't actually moved here. You got chests for almost anything. You got flowers, cactus, flint. So that's slowly filling. That's very filled. Cocoa beans, I could fill that a lot more. Watermelon, that's a nice full one. Seeds is a pretty full. So wheat, etc, etc. I've got very little of that. A lot of paper though. Not very many, not much leather. So all the different types of wood, and then the different types of wood. I'm still keeping my old storage because I have about 40 double chests of cobblestone, and frankly I don't want to have to move that. So this doesn't actually lead any further up. That's the point. I didn't want anyone who had access to my bedroom unless I would give them permission to. Not particularly any reason not to, because the server's completely trusted and no one can mess with it anyway. But it's nice to know that there's a part of my base which is completely just me. This is also where I keep my ores, but I might actually end up moving those. And you come into here, and this is an annoying layout as it is at the moment, but you might get around to removing that. And then you swim. And this leads you up the main tower. There's a door there which can only be opened from this side because, no, buttons from both sides. And I have my bedroom, and I need to put a fucking carpet in here. It's actually unfinished on the most part, but I'll cut down in a minute. So, just potions, again, unfinished, my own little library bit. It's just nice to have your own room, you know. And then you get up to here, and you get the view. And the view is pretty fast spread. That's not my land, that's why it looks a bit smaller. My old house is over there, we'll just jump on over. So the old house is about there. That's my window that you can see there. I'm just gonna wipe my screen. Cactus farm, modern house, my massive balls. Reading post, that's the wool world, and this is the land in which I currently live. Pretty big area I currently own. I'm actually in the process of digging and blowing out 127,000 blocks, of which in the future I will record of what that turns into, and there will be screenshots on my Tumblr, and which I think there's a link to in the description, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to quickly cut to where the review is for no fog of what my basement holds, which is called Hell's Dungeon. Alright, and so we're back. So this is actually an unaccessible place, literally where I'm standing. You're able to climb up these, but I had to end up here, I think. I don't think you'd be able to jump. But this is called Hell's Dungeon. Now this is probably my favourite build I've ever made, and it's pretty clear why. The skull in the back used to be daylight censored. And at the moment, this is all you're really going to see, because I'm going to record it in more detail when the back room is done, because at the moment it's pretty stony everywhere, from about where you see the iron bars on the top there down to the floor, which is just above bedrock, because you can see some bedrock below the glass there. It needs to be mined out for about a 30 block by 70 block area. So it's 127,000 odd. But just to give you a quick sums up, it's got 9,500 blocks of obsidian, about 1,000 source blocks of lava. For example, the big lava lakes you see at the bottom are 300 each, and there's 2 of them. And then all of the different ones, there's probably a good 1,000 in there. I've placed about 1,000 iron bars as well, but that isn't just in this build, but there's a lot of them. Glowstone, nether brick, nether rack. I mean, it's pretty painful, the amount of stuff I've used. Like, there's obsidian surrounding the skull, and the back wall uses a lot of obsidian, has more glowstone and lava and everything. But it was originally uncovered, and that's where my house is, just above us. And if you want to see it getting built, although there isn't actually a video of it, although I would have absolutely loved to have done a time lapse, but that would have been very difficult on the server. You can see it stage by stage on my Tumblr. There's a link in the description for that. And when the area is completely done, because it's actually a prison, I still have to do the cells room, and I have to do a couple of special additions to that kind of thing. I'll come back down here and I will show you in full everything that we've done. I'm just going to cut once more to a map, and it's going to be a very simple screen of the very small map, which is literally irreplaceable. There's 2 of them in existence, because if it now loaded again, it would load as my house. So final bit for this video, as I said, little map. It's, in my opinion, very cool, although the issue is netherrack appears as stone, which is irritating, to say the least. But it really shows you the area size of the base in which I'm living. And so everywhere that you can now see, up until, so you got like one, I'm going to have to turn back on my HUD for this. So this little line going down here, which coincidentally perfectly lines up with the towers and everything, is actually the area of my house. So this little rectangle here is how big my house is, and everything from there isn't. The entire area is the size of my the mob field basement. This over here is my farm. But that map is literally irreplaceable, and this is inside my little room. No particular reason anything's in here. I mean, random bits and pieces lying around. So yeah, if you want to see more about this, keep an eye on this channel. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment. And if you want me to tour the video, if you want to join us, by all means, it's mc.zedwork.co.uk or www.zedwork.co.uk is the website. Come and join us, have a chat, have a look around. I'd love to show you around my region. I actually really enjoy doing that. Nice comments and whatnot. If someone tells me it's bad, like some people do, I strive to improve or ban them from my server. It's not my server, from my region. At any rate, give us a like, give us a comment. Make sure you watch this space for the upcoming release of the finished region. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.